Hello, I'm Lee Shrrell, along with Scott McKnight. So good to have you on
Thank
the
you,
program.
Lee. Good to be here.
And what I want to do is bring a product to you that Scott knows very well. This man is genius when it comes to telling you what's in his product and what it's done for other folks and giving them energy, helping them in their bodies, building the immune system in your digestive tract. And as we get older, our bodies begin to break down. I know the Lord promised us 120 years in the Bible through Noah. And then we got a guy right now, I just heard the other day, that's 119 years old. So it's proven the fact that we can live a long time. But it's what you put in the body that's what counts. It's like, you know, we can put sugars in the body, and they said that feeds cancer. So you stop taking sugar so it won't feed the cancer. But there's so many things that we're trying to work on in different products and foods and things like that. But we have a product today that's called Alive Again. It's almost like Jesus said, you must be born again. I mean, we're walking the planet, but to get to heaven, you got to be born again. But through this juice, it's alive again. You might be feeling down and out, and I'm not going to keep going like it because I need you to talk about this stuff. It's got, so, you know, I get excited talking about Alive Again because we get so many testimonies of people's lives literally changing because they get on Alive Again. They can be run down in their body just like a car battery runs down, you got to charge it up, you know, and that's the reason we got alternators on the car to keep it going. This is almost like an alternator to keep us going, you know, Alive Again.
I appreciate that, Lee. I have to tell you, I'm so excited because you're helping me fulfill a dream. Mm-hmm. I know that if people understand what's in that bottle and what it can do for them, there's going to be millions of people bettering their life because of that product.
That's right.
We have an axiom in our industry, and it says man was made from the dust of the earth, right? Mm-hmm. Well, we have an axiom that says that if it's in the ground, it can get in the plant. If it's in the plant, it can get in the bottle. If it's in the bottle, it can get in your body. Wow. And if it's in your body, then it can do the good that God naturally intended for it to do. And this really does that. We have it. The soil that we grow this in, both in Mexico and in Costa Rica, is the richest soil we've been able to find anywhere in the world.
And you know, when you talk about that, Scott, being the richest soil, you know, how deep is our soil in America on the average of being a topsoil?
You know, I don't know the answer to that, Lee, of what it is in America.
I've heard it's around 18
worldwide,
inches.
it's less than a foot, is
less
my
than a foot, yeah.
But ours is 59 inches deep.
So look,
it's not just topsoil. Both of these places where we grow our aloe has a volcano residue on it, and one of them is still an active basis. Every week or two, it'll blow the smoke and the ashes will come over and drift on the farm, and that's where you've got such rich soil that it really makes a difference. You know, an aloe plant normally takes 18 months to grow from a pup to maturity.
Wow.
Our product in both places, in Mexico and Costa Rica, grows to maturity where it's harvestable in 12 months from the time it's planted till the time it's harvested.
12 months, going from 18 months to 12 months in good, rich soil. So by being in rich soil like that, then it's absorbing that inside that plant.
That's exactly it.
Then you said it goes from the ground to the bottle, from the bottle to our bodies. And so by when it gets inside the body, then the body feeds off of that fuel because everything we put in the body, you know, we paint up things. We'll paint up things like a cake. We'll do something like a chicken that's fried. It smells so good. And we do these things to our taste buds. But actually, in all we need to do is fuel the body so it'll keep going to do what we need to do because this is our house that we live in while we're on this earth.
That's true.
And we put the right thing in.
If we take what we were given in the Garden of Eden, nature's plenty, and we use it to put it into our body, then you really have a difference. And we have a doctor in Pennsylvania, Robert Davis, who came to town several years ago, and he told us that aloe is a carrier. And it not only is a great facilitator in taking the nutrients that you put from the ground into your bottle and into the body, but it seems to know the zip code in your body where to deliver those
Well, that's
nutrients.
a beautiful way of putting it. It knows the zip code to go to the
Yeah,
body.
it's really significant.
So it carries all these other juices to that spot where it really needs it the most.
That's right. That's right.
Wow, isn't that beautiful? You know, God just designed this body, and all we got to do is just keep the right nutrients going into it.
And I believe he designed this plant.
Yeah.
He designed this plant to augment and fulfill what we're doing with
Yes,
the body.
he did.
The thing about aloe vera, there are so many incredible stories that documented histories, documented studies that have done. There are over 800 studies made, some of them clinical studies, on human beings,
Right.
and that test the product's efficacy. And it is so significant. We had a doctor right here in Dallas at the University of Texas Health Science Center, Dr. Byung-Pal Yu.
Uh-huh.
He took 240 lab animals, divided them into two groups, 120 in this group, 120 in this group. They had the same genetic background, same environment, same diet. Everything was
Wow.
the same except that Group A had aloe to drink
Yeah.
and Group B just had water. This is the results of that study.
And it's, when you say the lab, you're talking about in the same environment. One in the study was on the aloe vera by itself without the water or with the water.
Oh no, they both had water,
Yeah.
but one had the aloe added
So
with
one
it.
of them had aloe with the water.
That's
Okay.
right. That's right. And the
I was
group,
wanting to say that for the audience sake.
no, well, that's good. The group that had the aloe,
Uh-huh.
there's three things came out of that study. Number one, they lived 10% longer.
Wow.
10%.
That's a lot.
Now, for you and I, that's the average now is like 78 years or something. That's an extra 7 or 8 years, and that's not important. Now, a guy once told me, he said, nobody ever worries about living to be 80 till they're 79. Then it gets to be important.
Amen.
Well, they lived 10% longer. They had 39% less cancer.
39% less
39% less cancer.
by the juice.
Those that
we
were
say-
taking the juice,
yes,
as
they was
opposed
taking the
to
juice
everything
too.
else
Okay.
being the same,
Right.
but they didn't have that juice helping them. 56% less heart attack and strokes.
By the juice helping them by being
The
their
people
immune
having the
system.
juice as opposed to those
Wow.
just having the regular diet and the water.
Isn't
So
that
it's
beautiful?
phenomenal. He brought a video showing a cross section of a liver of an old lab animal
Yeah.
that had just had the water and the diet and everything else being the same.
Uh-huh.
And it had blockages in it, it had channels in it. It was less than 40% as effective as a
Wow.
good liver should be. He brought a cross section of the liver of the old lab animal that had had the aloe on a regular basis.
Uh-huh.
That animal's liver looked like a new liver. It was pinkish gray. It looked like a new liver. It was over 95% as effective as a brand new liver.
Wow.
So you imagine what an incredible
Can you imagine?
cleansing process
Yes.
is happening to the
Going-
body,
'cause the
letting
liver
that liver
cleanses.
being so healthy.
Yeah, it cleanses the body.
Are you ready to feel alive again? Alive Again is the new natural breakthrough with proven medical benefits and testimonies to match. Fortified with natural organic aloe, plus 10 superfruits: blueberry, pomegranate, noni, grape, acai berry, mangosteen, goji berry, black cherry, apple, pear, and over 75 other nutrients. Research suggests that the nutrients found in Alive Again may enhance energy, promote a healthy immune and cardiovascular system, stabilize cholesterol, blood pressure, and blood sugar levels, improve sleep, memory, concentration, mood, and so much more. It's time to trade in that tired, worn down feeling and experience Alive Again. Feel alive again for only $39.95 when you use promo code UAN1. Get yours today by calling 844-327-ALOE. That's 844-327-2563. Call now or visit us online. Alive Again for a healthier you.
You know, there's nothing like testimony. If you got somebody, even the Bible says you're made overcomers by the word of your testimony, and the word of your testimony is Christ. And so if you're taking juice, you're made overcomers by the testimony of the juice, because it's going into the body. It is creating, in other words, it's putting an immune system in almost like a shield going up in the body to help the body.
It does that. It really does that. It's also a carrier. It takes the nutrients that you're taking into your body, and it takes them, as Dr. Davis said, it takes them to the places in the body where you're needed. So we did a study with Dr. Joe Vincent at the University of Scranton.
Uh-huh.
And he took vitamin C, And this is a clinical study that's documented and it's out in the public domain so people can look it up and study it. And he had people taking vitamin C. And they took the vitamin C with water for a period of time. And they measured how much vitamin C got into the body.
Right.
Then he had the same group of people stop for a period of time and then take vitamin C with aloe that we're talking about here, this blended aloe.
Yeah.
And they got 304% more vitamin C into the body when taken with the aloe than when taken with water.
That, man, that's a lot of percentage.
3 times, 304% more vitamin C. Well, we were so excited. Those of us in the aloe industry were so excited about
look
that.
what vitamin C fights off in the body.
There's a myriad of things that you can talk about the benefits of getting the more vitamin C.
Yes.
But on the vitamin E, that's oil-based, so we thought we'd try that and see if it had an impact on that as well. So we did the same kind of a test. We had people take the vitamin E for a period of time. We measured how much stayed in their body, how much bioavailable to the body. Then we had them take it with the aloe vera, and do you know that they got 369% more vitamin E into the body with the aloe than with the water.
Isn't that beautiful? You know, when you're getting that much, actually, because they proved a fact here many years ago that, you know, the hard shell vitamins, you know, I mean, they just come where they're not fluid.
They pass through.
They was just passing through their bodies. They went to the septic systems and everything and checking it out. I know it's a rough way of saying it, but they was checking out how much on the vitamins, and they wasn't getting anything out of the vitamins.
Right.
So a lot of times we're taking these hard vitamins and not getting anything out of them. They're not even digesting. And so with this here being a liquid form and with the carrier of the aloe vera, you know, and you're talking about the leaf, the pulp, they grind the pulp up on the outside, and they grind it up and put it in the bottle. That's the reason you have to shake the bottle before you take it. And then you have to keep it cool once you open it, so you can take at least 2 ounces a day is the recommended thing.
Right.
So out of 2 ounces a day of a juice that can last 30 days, this is what these bottles last, about 30 days. And so Alive Again, with this juice taking about approximately 2 ounces a day, I mean, what's a health worth? 2 ounces a day that can go into your immune system. And they said the immune system is what protects the whole body, because your immune system, where the juice is coming into your immune system, the whole body works off of the digestive tract in the immune system.
I want to finish telling you, Lee, that because there's one more part of the Joe Vincent study in Scranton, Pennsylvania. We talked about the vitamin C and we talked about the vitamin E, and those are both published. They're out there in the public domain. But then we did the B complex vitamins. We had them do those, and those aren't published yet. They're not out in public domain, but we got 396% more B complex into the body when taken with the aloe than with the other. So you're looking at C, E, and the B complexes. You're talking about 3 to 4 times as much benefit to the body when taken with this blended aloe than taken with
Isn't that something?
water.
You know, and we talk about vitamin B and different ones like that, and we take the vitamin B and we spray it under our tongue, you know, and try to get that extra little punch. But when you're taking this, how much more punch can you get out of it when you get it right straight out of the bottle with all these ingredients coming into our body to feed our body? And so when we eat food, now you told me one time, and I want to say this for the people that's watching right now, you know, people, they'll ask questions, so how should you take this in the morning? Drink 2 ounces in the morning or 2 ounces in the evening? How do you take it, Scott? When you mentioned something about eating one time and drinking some of the juice with it.
I'm a cancer survivor, you know. A few years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer of the prostate. And it's kind of interesting. I had a friend in New York and a friend in the Rio Grande, both diagnosed at the same time as I was. And we were talking continually. And I went on what I call the plan. And that's I took aloe in the morning and I took aloe at night. So I had aloe flowing through me all day, every day. And my friend in the valley, he took electrical shock for his treatment. And unfortunately, he passed away a year and a half later. The guy in New York, same kind of a deal. They were doing a different kind of medical theory with him. And so I've outlived both of them. And I had my company expanded. And This is before he retired, and I needed a larger insurance policy. So the insurance company, seeing on my health record that I'd had cancer, sent me back to the doctor that had done the prostate surgery, and he had to do a check on my body, and he wrote a letter, I have a copy of it still today, to the insurance company. He said, this man has no cancer in his body, period.
Wow. Isn't that beautiful?
Aloe is a fascinating thing. What it does, Lee, is it takes the H2O2 that's in your body,
right,
and it works with the catalase that naturally occurs in your body with this peroxidase. And they have the exact same footprint. And with the peroxidase, it takes the H2O2 and separates it into H2O, which is water, and that hydrates your body.
Right.
But the really magic part of it is that it breaks off that extra oxygen molecule. And one study that's listed in the National Directory, a milligram of that oxygen will destroy 600,000 milligrams of bacteria. Wow. That's how powerful. You know, athletes are always trying to oxygenate their body and do things to
they even have
be
it out
healthier.
on the fields
They take it?
Yeah.
Well, what this does, it oxygenates your body naturally from the inside the way it should be.
Isn't that something? You know, when you've been doing this once, how many years you've been working with this?
45 years.
45 years. So that
years.
makes you a pretty much veteran in what you're talking about.
I've met most of the significant people in the aloe industry. They're all good people. There's a lot of good products out there. But I have to tell you, in all of my years of making products, and I've made tons of products for lots of companies, this is the best product I have ever made.
Taking it with NSAID pain relievers, aspirin, or blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Severe liver problems, some fatal, were reported. Signs include abdominal pain and yellowing of the skin or eyes.
This could be a sign of serious side effects. Flushing. A common side effect is warmth, redness, itching, or tingling of the skin.
Dizziness or fainting may occur upon standing. Side effects include nausea, dry mouth, and constipation.
Amen. You know, and I agree with that because, you know, myself, you know, with a television station, we have so many people come in that want us to buy into certain things, you know, and working with them and putting different things on the air that, you know, some kind of a vitamin and they're sold on their vitamins when they come in here. But I had never felt comfortable with them, you know, and some of them I'd try them a little bit and I never seen a change. But, you know, being a minister, it takes a lot of energy in preaching. And I've told many ministers about this. And the ministers, when they got on it, they said, I got to have it all the time because it gave them energy. And so, but when I got a hold of this, I thought, well, I'm going to try this myself. And I pushed everything I was taking off to one side. And I got on this juice by itself. And I could tell a difference in my body. I could tell a difference in my energy. And I was needing energy. In fact, about 3 months ago, I had a heart attack. A mild heart attack in Hawaii. Was in a crusade, and so I go in, and so so when I come out, my energy level was so low, and so every morning I'd get up and I'd take this here, and it started perking me back up. And because when your body goes through a trauma, you got to feed it right. You got to get something into it, and so I did, and you know, and it makes a difference. And so the thing about it is, if we get the right stuff in the body can function. It's just like a car. If you put bad gas in it, or you know, anything, feed an animal bad food or whatever it may be, the body's got to have something good going into the body, and especially our immune system is in our digestive tract. And so when we protect that immune system and this juice gets into us, then it goes through the entire body. And so people, we got so many testimonies, thousands of testimonies, that people, and I don't know, I know we can't say it heals cancer, but people that's got cancer is still alive today. But
before we close, I do want to tell you about Dr. Plaskett in Great Britain. A friend of mine for years. I helped fund some of his research on aloe vera. He wrote one of the most comprehensive books on how aloe vera can help your life.
Yes.
And he took 31, got permission from his government to take 31 patients that were all diagnosed as terminally ill with cancer. Now, it was significant because at the very same time he took his 31 patients, got the government's approval, my own brother was diagnosed with lung cancer. And I sent, Dr. Plaskett said, Scott, if you'll send me the aloe, I'll give it to my patients and I'll run the study. And I said, well, I'll do it if you come back to our seminar that we have every year on the healing power of aloe.
Yes, sir.
And give your testimony of what happened with him. I'll do it. So every month I sent him 55-gallon drums of aloe to run his study with his 31 patients. I sent my brother a case of the product as well. My brother sent the case back and said, Scott, I'm doing what the doctors asked me to. I'm taking chemotherapy. Unfortunately, I spoke at my brother's funeral in July of that year.
Wow.
June, July.
So
I mean, he
sad.
didn't last 6 months that he was said he would. Dr. Plaskett, conversely, he had 31 people with the same diagnosis, 3 months to 6 months to live. 44 months later, he came back to the United States, gave a report to our council, and of his 31 people, everyone was still alive.
Isn't that beautiful?
2 had total remissions of their cancer. 7 had reduced amounts of their cancer. 22 were stabilized and still alive. He got permission from the government to add 19 people to that study. He added the 19. Now he's got 50 people. And a year ago, last summer, I called him. He since had sold his doctor's training hospital that he had, so he'd retired. He's 80 years old. Said he'd be glad to come over here and do a show with you. I told him about you. But when he left, of the 50 people, not one had died.
Isn't that beautiful? Out of all those folks, not one died.
Not one
and
died.
that's been how long ago? How many years or months?
That's 8 years.
8 years
8
ago?
years.
Wow. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. If you need a perk up, and I call it perk up because I always need we work all the time. My wife and myself, it seems like we work 24/7. Well, we sleep sometimes, but we're always going with the TV station. And and I believe in this. And I'm not going to brag on something that I don't believe in because we don't do that. In everything that I do, I believe in praying for people and seeing people healed. I believe in God for a miracle in somebody's life, and God most of the time does. Not everybody gets healed. They say, what if they don't? Then what do? I just say next, please, because somebody's going to believe God. But when we have something like this juice right here that can go into the body, one thing to get the body healed, and it's one thing for a good doctor to go in and cut the cancer out and remove it from the body, or something that's in the body that shouldn't be there. The doctors can take it out, but the body still has to heal itself. The doctors can't heal the body. They can take things out of it, get it where it's not an obstruction there, and the body begins to heal itself. But when you add something to that body, like Alive Again, they'll go into the body and help, because it's all natural. This is all natural in this bottle. Every bit of this is natural. There's no synthetic stuff in it. So when you drink this every day, just 2 ounces a day, or whatever you feel. What's the old saying? You can't. If you drink too much, or you can't.
You can't drink too much. You can drink too little, but you can never drink too much.
You can never drink too much. So if you want to drink a whole bottle a week, that's fine.
I drink a bottle of this about every 8 days.
Do you really?
I do, really. I like it that much. It tastes great. It's got those.
It does have a good taste.
It's got all of these. The aloe vera, the blended aloe, comes up to about here. Then you got all of these natural antioxidant, great juices that are added to it. The pomegranate, the boysenberry, the chokecherry, all of those are added to this.
It's all in there.
So it's just a plethora of great things to aid the body. I can promise the people that are listening 2 things, Lee, if they're successfully taking this product on a regular basis. Number 1, I believe they will live longer, and number 2, and maybe more importantly, they'll have a higher quality of life, a life more free of disease.
Yes, amen. That quality means everything. And if you want a higher quality of life, Alive Again can help that. And like I said, I don't talk about something I don't believe in. I take this myself, and I want to say to all my friends out there, once you try it, you won't be able to not take it anymore, because this is something you're going to keep for the rest of your life. And we got so many people that I've told about this right here at the TV station. They'll come in and they'll listen to me talk about it, and I say, all you got to do is try it. And we'd put a bottle in their hands. A month later, they come back and said, give me another bottle of that. And then sometimes they come by and buying or getting a case of it. And when they get a case of it, what they do with the case is that they start drinking more of it, because they feel it makes them feel so good, because it's not like taking drugs, because drugs, all that is a Band-Aid.
Right.
This has got, through the juices it's put together, and it's got healing in it. It goes into the body where it belongs, because it come out of the earth. And whatever comes out of the earth and goes in the body, it's about the healing of the body. Well, I see our time slipping away. Scott, so good to have you on the broadcast today. We do this a lot more now, because we got to get the word out.
We're going to tell the world
TV.
how to be better naturally.
Amen. And when you can get to feeling better natural, what better way of feeling? A drug will take you up and bring you down real fast. Sugar will get you high and bring you down real fast. This will make you feel good. It's time to feel good. And I'm going to tell you something. Go to the website, read up on it. It's got all the answers you need there. Until next time, this is Lee Shrrell along with Scott saying, Jesus loves you, and we do too.
Are you ready to feel alive again? Alive Again is the new natural breakthrough with proven medical benefits and testimonies to match. Fortified with natural organic aloe, plus 10 superfruits: blueberry, pomegranate, noni, grape, acai berry, mangosteen, goji berry, black cherry, apple, pear, and over 75 other nutrients. Research suggests that the nutrients found in Alive Again may enhance energy, promote a healthy immune and cardiovascular system, stabilize cholesterol, blood pressure, and blood sugar levels, improve sleep, memory, concentration, mood, and so much more. It's time to trade in that tired, worn down feeling and experience Alive Again. Feel alive again for only $39.95 when you use promo code UAN1. Get yours today by calling 844-327-ALOE. That's 844-327-2563. Call now or visit us online. Alive Again for a healthier you.